In 2026, whether you want to buy a franchise or sell your running business or launch something new in India, you are entering the noisiest market in history. Everybody is shouting best ROI, guaranteed success, limited seat, franchisee of the year. Your prospects, the people who might buy your franchisee or invest in your business or trust you to help them buy or sell, are not impressed anymore. They are tired, skeptical, and silently thinking, I have heard this before. Why should I believe you? Now, in this video, I'm going to show you a simple system to turn even the most skeptical Indian or foreign prospect into an eager, almost itching to buy lead before you ever get on a call with them. And when you do get on that call, they are already seeing you as the only logical choice. I call it the magic lantern method for franchises and businesses in India. After working with and studying hundreds of businesses across different markets, one brutal truth keeps repeating. Most business owners try to sell before they build trust. If you're trying to sell a franchisee, a running business, or even a new online or offline opportunity, and you lead with, here's my offer, here are the numbers, here is the price, you have already lost most serious buyers. Now let's zoom out and look at what's actually happening in your prospect's mind. In every market, whether it is franchisee, retail, manufacturing units, salons, edtech, or online brands, your prospect is currently in a before state. Maybe they want to buy a franchisee, but are scared of losing their savings. They want to sell their business, but don't know how to get the right valuation. They want to start a new venture, but are confused between online, offline, or hybrid. Your product, your franchise, your consultant, or your business service is just a vehicle that promises to take them to their after state, their desired outcome. But here is the problem. They have heard it all before. They have seen brokers who overpromise and disappear after they commission. Franchisors who paint a rosy picture and then don't support after the check clears, or advisors who send a generic PDF and call it a detailed report. So when they see your ad or your listing or your pitch, they are highly skeptical. They are not new to the game. They have already spoken to others, downloaded their brochures, maybe even lost money in a bad franchise or a dying business. So if you simply say, buy my franchisee, list your business with me, or join my program straight out of the gate, it's like proposing marriage on the first hello. And that's not a sales strategy. That's a desperation. Instead of pushing offers, we design a journey. I want you to imagine your ideal prospect as standing at point A, confused, skeptical, maybe even burned. And point B is your dream scenario, the right business, the right buyer, the right franchisee, the right exit. Most people try to drag them from A to B in one jump, with one ad, with one call, one pitch. The magic lantern method says break that journey into clear, value-packed steps. So here's what I want you to do after watching this. Take a blank page and draw your prospect at the left. Then draw 4 boxes between where they are and their dream outcome. Each box is one step of genuine value you will give them before you try to sell anything. To make this real, let me walk you through an example, specifically for your world. People buying, selling, or starting businesses in India. Let's say you run a franchisee and business advisory firm. You help people buy the right franchisee, sell their running business, or decide the right model for their new venture. Now, instead of shouting, "We are India's number one advisory firm," call us now. We use the magic lantern method. The first step is not a sales call, it's the free, highly practical audit. This could be a PDF checklist or short workbook called 12-point Business Readiness Audit for Indian franchisee buyers and business sellers in 2026. Inside this, you walk them through things like, are you financially ready? Not just to buy, but to survive 12 to 18 months. Do you understand location, football, digital demand, and local competition? If you are selling, are your books clean, systems documented, and dependencies reduced? You can deliver this as a downloadable guide. They give you their name and email, and in return, they get a genuinely useful tool that opens their eyes. Now, something interesting happens here. Their skepticism drops a little. Their trust in you goes up a little. Because you are not begging them to talk to you, you are helping them think more clearly about one of the biggest financial decisions of their life. Once they have gone through the audit, they start realizing, okay, I didn't know many of these points. What else am I missing? Now we move them to step 2, a short, sharp video training. For example, 5 franchisee and business models working in India in 2026, and which one fits you? In this video, you break down real-world models, QSR, coaching, logistics, D2C, service franchising, and more. You explain which models suit which type of person, time-rich versus cash-rich, operator versus investor, metro versus tier 2 city. You share case-style stories without revealing private details. Again, this is pure value. No buy now, no only 3 slots left. They finish this video thinking, this person actually understands the Indian market and my reality. Trust goes up, skepticism goes down. Now they are engaged. They have audited their readiness and understood which models and directions may suit them. Next, we give them implementation tools. For example, a franchisee due diligence checklist. What to verify before signing any agreement. A business valuation snapshot sheet. A simple way to sanity check asking prices. A negotiation script. What to ask a franchisor, a seller, or even a landlord. When they use these tools, they experience what I call results in advance. They start spotting red flags in opportunities they were earlier excited about. They avoid at least one bad decision because of your checklist. At this point, you haven't asked them for money. You have simply behaved like a paid advisor before any payment. Now we reach the final step in the magic lantern journey. By now, your best prospects are thinking, I didn't even know what to check before, now I do. This market is more complex than I thought. This person has already saved me the time, money, and stress for free. Now and only now, you invite them to a strategy call. Not a desperate sales call, a structured, high-value consultation where you review their audit and tools, understand their goals, risk appetite, and timeline, and show them how you can take over the heavy lifting, research, shortlisting, filtering, negotiation, paperwork. Here is the key mindset. You give away the secrets and all the implementation. Serious buyers and serious sellers in India in 2026 are busy. They don't want to do everything themselves. They just want to be sure that this will work for them and they can trust the person guiding them. Your magic lantern has already answered both. So when you present your paid service, your advisory fee, your mandate to help them to buy or sell your franchisee development service, it doesn't feel like a pitch. It feels like the next obvious step. Right now in India, trust is at an all-time low, especially online. Everyone knows someone who lost money in a bad franchisee got stuck with a non-performing outlet or sold a good business too cheap. Your prospect is not just evaluating your offer, they are evaluating you. Are you different from the last person who overpromised and vanished? Or are you just another voice screaming, "We are the best, call now"? The only way to cut through that skepticism is not louder claims, it is deeper value. When you help them audit their readiness, show them what's really working in the market, give them tools to avoid mistakes, and then guide them in a structured way, you are no longer a random broker or a consultant. You become their trusted strategist. And in Indian business culture, once trust is built, deals move fast. Whenever I teach this method, business owners panic. They say, if I show them everything, why will they pay me? Here is the truth. Your ideal client, the one who can actually pay, who is serious, who respects your time, does not want to do everything alone. They want clarity, confidence, and a capable guide. Will some people take your free audit, your videos, your tools, and never work with you? Of course, that's life. That's happening even today when you just send offers. But the ones who do move ahead with you will be better informed, more serious, easier to work with, and far more loyal. They have already experienced your expertise. They already seen you care about their success. So when it's time to pick someone to help them buy a franchisee, represent them in settling their business, or mentor them in launching a new venture, they don't open Google and type best franchisee consultant near me. They simply say, let me just work with this person. They have already helped me the most. Now, here is something else nobody tells you. By the time a prospect reaches your strategic call after going through your magic lantern steps, most of their decision is already made in their mind. They have already decided whether you are trustworthy, whether you understand the Indian market, and whether you respect their money and their dreams. On the call, you're not trying to convince a stranger. You are simply confirming what they already feel about you. That's the power of this approach. So if you are a franchisor trying to attract quality franchisees, a business broker or consultant helping people buy or sell, a CA, lawyer or advisor who wants better clients, or an entrepreneur launching a new online or offline venture and looking for serious partners or investors, then here's your action step after this video. Define your prospects before and after. Who are they today and what is their dream scenario? List 4 value steps between those 2 points. It could be an audit, a short guide, a video training, tools, templates, or a mini workshop. Deliver real results in advance. Don't hold back the good stuff. Teach, show, guide. Invite them to a structured strategy call, not a needy sales call, but a guided conversation where you decide together whether it makes sense to work. When you do this, you stop chasing people. Instead, They start raising their hands and asking, "Can you just do this with me or for me?"